Right, hello everyone. Welcome to today's tutorial. This is the start of a series where we're just gonna drill through a bunch of different mixes I'm doing. Today we're looking at a song that's not out yet, but a good friend of mine, his name is Eldridge. I'll attach his Instagram in the bio. And this is mix one. This is basically my basic idea of how I thought the song should be approached. He obviously had his own notes, which is in mix two, mix three, which we'll have to hear when the song is out. But this is the general sound that the record will have. So let's listen to a bit of it and then we'll rock from there. Yeah. Okay. So um, I just want to adjust this so we can see the time. So we're gonna play the first 30 seconds of the song and then we'll go through the mix bus.
For one time only, innit? Yeah, you know, you were like my favorite in particular. I'm just a boy, you just a girl. I take the space, you take the world. I'm just a boy, you just a girl. I chase the chase, you say the word. I'm just a boy, you're just a girl. Your braided tips, your lips, your curves. I'm just a boy, you just a girl. To say my name, I know it hurts.
I couldn't swallow the pills or swallow the water. Should've seen me that night, the sight was a slaughter. I opened my book, I'm praying to God. Why do you cause me to fight with your daughter? You say that you're done and you popping the pills. Take a seat, nigga, fuck it, it's chill. If you mean it, then I hope that you die. Some stupid shit I say to he's first name basis.
So yeah, that's the song as it sounds, and now we're gonna just go through the mix bus. Um, Relatively, this mix bus is actually one of the most simpler ones that I've done before. Mainly because I didn't do much actually. I tried different things to see how it can work, but like what I wanted the song to do is to feel very real. So my approach was I wanted it to feel like in a very hip hop analog era. It shouldn't sound too digital. There needs to be mistakes in it, like, but it still needs to be clean and cut, and you hear and you feel everything. So my approach at first was to try these Verve analog machines, which I won't lie to you, though they actually worked really well, especially the sweeten. It sounded really, really, really pretty. But then I ended up not going with it, and then I tried the VEQ for some high end, but then I got lost in. So I started to lose the rest of the body. So then I was like, okay, maybe I'm complicating this too much. So this is where I started. So I was like, okay, do I want limiting? I'm like, I don't want it, but I need it. So the first thing that I did was put a limiter on. So this is the L1 ultimatizer. Interesting thing about this is that this specific plugin, I recently learned that what it does is it basically sometimes puts like this weird mid-range thing um in the audio that you're working on. So basically, if you start mixing with this, you can't turn it off. Even when you move to mastering, it has to stay like that. Like you can't do anything else to change it. So that was quite an interesting learning curve about it. But alas, it works really, really well. So what I did was I just literally I put it on, and then I did a the ceiling. I turned down the ceiling a bit just so um it doesn't clip or do anything weird in that type of way. Apologies, I'm not as technical as some might wish to be, but it's more of a feeling thing. So basically, if I start the record from here and then it will start here.
Your braided tips, your lips, your curves. I'm just a
So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the ceiling up, and then you'll hear how it sounds without the ceiling, and then I'm gonna turn it back down to negative 2.5. Right.
to say my name, I know it hurts.
I couldn't swallow the pills or swallow the water. Should've seen me that night, the sight was a slaughter. I opened my book, I'm praying to God. Why do you cause me to fight with your daughter? You say that you're done and you popping the pills.
So basically, what you guys should be listening to is the overall song, basically, because right now it's not like if you heard, it's not doing anything too drastic, but what it is doing is basically making the record feel like a bit more controlled. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other side, I didn't really change too much. Like on this side of the world, I didn't really change much. All right. So from there, the next thing that I did was I put on a starter tape machine on default, and then on this setting here called sync. And then what I did was I opened this part up, and then I edited the low frequencies and high frequencies. Not too much, just turned it up and down till I had a feeling that I liked. That was more on intuition. And then the same thing here with this tape. This 456 worked really really well, and then here at +6, it worked awesome. I really liked how it sounded there. If you ask me what these buttons that do, I have no idea exactly. But one thing for sure is it worked really 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 well. It was a feeling thing. Um, and I never used like tape machines, but for this record, it worked quite well. I won't hold you. But I do know this is the tape type, and then this is the input output. Oh, interesting thing, I turned the input all the way down and the output all the way up. So what that does is it basically, like, I'm exposing the song to the full sound of the tape machine. Um, yeah. So that was basically what I did from there. And then the next thing that I did was I used the capital EQ. No, I mean the capital mastering compressor. This is an amazing piece of compression. Or it's an amazing piece of software, but I would only imagine how good the hardware sounds. But okay, so what I was doing here was I started with a preset called the Capital Magic bass vocal kiss. So because what I needed was for the vocals to sort of glue in and kind of fit better and also come out a bit more and feel very beefy, because at the end of the day it's a rap song. So I started with this Capital Magic bass compressor, and then I think one thing for sure that I did do was adjust the attack to a medium slow attack to a very fast attack, and then I did the mix. So this is the parallel, so I made it 50%, so it's not 100% active. So if it was 100%, it would sound something like this.
For one time only, innit? I chase the chase, you say the word. I'm just a boy, you're just a girl. Your braided tips, your lips, your curves. I'm just a boy, you're just a girl. To say my name, I know it hurts.
I couldn't swallow the pills or swallow the water. Should've seen me that night, the sight was a slaughter. I opened my book, I'm praying to God. Why do you cause me to fight with your daughter?
Yeah, so basically what I wanted here was very, very, very slight. Nothing too heavy, nothing too crazy. Something to just keep it controlled, like just very, very tight. I didn't want it to change the overall sound of the song. The aim was just to have the entire record feel real. That's the best way I can describe it. So for a very rap hip hop type of a vibe, this is what worked for this song. And also to make sure that it's not clipping, you know. The one thing I didn't pay attention to too much was my meters, whether it was going into the red. More so, I was listening, and I was mixing it on monitors, in another room in the house. So, that was basically how I went for it. But yeah. So basically now, this is how the record sounded, and I was very happy with how we ended up getting to where the song is. Um, so now we've come to the end of our tutorial, and with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in and for having the time to listen. If you need any mixing and mastering services, my contact details will be in the description. You can email me, Instagram me, or you can WhatsApp me or iMessage me. Yeah, everything will be in the description. So thank you for tuning in. Until I see you on the next one.